You type a messy, half-formed email, hit send, and this comes back, polished, professional, ready to copy. That's the OpenAI API, and you can build that in 50 lines of Python. By the end of this video, you'll have it running. Here's the problem. You Googled OpenAI API tutorial. You found a blog post. You copied the code, and it immediately crashed. Attribute error. Module OpenAI has no attribute chat completion. This happens because OpenAI shipped a massive SDK rewrite in November 2023. Every tutorial before that date? Broken. Every AI-generated snippet? Probably broken too. The old syntax was openai.chatcompletion.create. The new syntax is completely different and better. This video uses the 226 SDK. Every line runs. First step, your API key. Head to platform.openai.com. Sign in or create an account. Click your profile icon, then API keys, then create new secret key. Name it. I'll call mine Crash Course Demo. Important, copy it right now. Once you close this modal, it's gone forever. You'll need a payment method. There's no free tier for API access. But GPT-4o Mini, the model we'll use, costs just 15 cents per million tokens. A typical conversation costs less than 1/10 of a cent. For learning, you're talking pennies. Before we write a single line of code, let's store this key safely. Never hardcode it in your Python file. Never paste it in a Jupyter notebook. Here's why. OpenAI actively scans GitHub for leaked keys and auto-revokes them. Developers lose keys within minutes of pushing to a public repo. Create a file called .env, no extension, just .env. Add one line, OpenAI_API_key equals your key. Now add .env to your .gitignore. This is non-negotiable. One more thing, go back to platform.openai.com. Under billing, set a monthly usage limit. Cap it at $5 or $10 while you're learning. Belt and suspenders. Now install two packages. Run pip install OpenAI python.env. Create a new file, app.py. At the top, from OpenAI, import OpenAI. Then, from .env, import load.env. Call load.env. This reads your .env file and loads the key into the environment. Then create the client. Client equals OpenAI. No key argument. The SDK reads OpenAI_API_key automatically. Now the call, client.chat.completions.create. Model, GPT-4 Mini. Messages, a list with one dict. Role, user. Content, your question. Run it. Store the result in a variable called response. Then print response.choices (0) .message.content. That's your AI's reply. Let's look at what came back. The response is a Python object, not a string. You access it with dot notation. Choices is a list. You almost always want index 0. Then .message.content, that's the text. But there's more useful data. Response.usage.total_tokens tells you exactly what you consumed. Response.model confirms which model answered. And finish_reason, if this says length instead of stop, your response got cut off mid-sentence. The model hit the token limit before finishing. You need to handle that. We'll use finish reason in our app. Most people think the API works like ChatGPT. You ask a question, it remembers your conversation. Wrong. The API is completely stateless. Every call is fresh. It knows nothing about previous calls. Think of it like a witness in court. It only knows what you handed in the messages array. There are 3 roles. System, your AI's personality and rules, set once. User, the human's message. Assistant, the AI's previous replies. For a multi-turn chat, you build up the array yourself and pass the entire history every call. This is how ChatGPT works under the hood. It passes your full conversation to the API every single time. That stateless design has one consequence nobody warns beginners about. If your conversation grows to 50 messages, you're passing 50 messages and paying for every single token, every single call. A 50-message chatbot costs 50 times more per call than a fresh one. I'll show you the solution in the next video. For now, let's build something real. Here's our app. You paste a rough email draft. The AI rewrites it. Polished, professional, concise. The system prompt is the secret. It tells the model exactly what to do. We'll use, you are a professional email editor. Rewrite emails to be concise, clear, and professional. Keep the same intent and recipient. Return only the rewritten email, no explanation. Then we take user input, the rough draft. Build the messages array. System message first, then user message with the draft. Call chat.completions.create with GPT-4o Mini. Check that finish reason is stop. Extract the text, print it. That's 25 lines. Let me run it with a real messy email and you watch it rewrite in real time. One more pattern you need immediately: streaming. Right now the app waits for the full response, then prints everything at once. For longer outputs, that's a painful pause. Add one parameter, stream equals true. Now response is a generator. Loop over chunks. Print chunk.choices index 0.delta.content. Note, during streaming it's delta.content, not message.content. That difference will silently break your code if you miss it. Streaming gives your app the live typing effect you see in ChatGPT. Before you ship anything, understand your costs. GPT-4o Mini, 15 cents per million input tokens, 60 cents per million output tokens. One token is roughly 4 characters. Our email rewriter uses about 300 tokens per call. That's less than half a tenth of a cent. GPT-4o is 17 times more expensive. For this app, GPT-4o Mini is the right choice. In production, check response.usage.total_tokens after every call. Build a running total. Set a hard stop when you hit your daily budget. Runaway scripts are a real thing. 3 mistakes that will cost you hours. 1. Old syntax. If your code says .chat completion, that's V0. It doesn't work. Delete it. Any tutorial, blog post, or AI-generated snippet using that pattern is broken. 2. Hard-coding your API key in the source file, then pushing to GitHub. OpenAI will revoke it within minutes. Always.env. Always.gitignore. 3. Not checking finish_reason. If it's length, your response was cut off mid-sentence. Always check. Add max_tokens if you need longer outputs. These 3 mistakes account for 90% of beginner OpenAI frustration. You're now immune. You've set up the API, secured your key, made your first call, and built a real app. This is the foundation every OpenAI developer needs. In Part 2, we go deeper. What temperature actually does to GPT's output, how to build a chatbot with persistent memory without the token cost explosion I mentioned, and how to calculate your exact bill before sending a single request. If you want that, subscribe. The link is right here. Part 2 is already recorded. See you there.